And this thing tells me I'm live now. How's everybody doing today? Can everybody hear me okay? Mic check, check, check. 1, 2. All right, I found the first thing I need to do. My phone that it quits making noise. Now I just got to remember to turn it back up when we're done. That's the hard part sometimes. Oh, let's see. It's 1 minute after. Got 12 people here. How's everybody doing today? Take my eyeballs off so I can see further than a foot and a half away. Did all kinds of stuff today. I came a little bit better prepared this time. I think I'm starting to learn this stuff. I think I'm starting to get used to it. Of course, I've still got my chat way over there and my camera's right up here. So I'm doing like this all the time. But, once I get into things, I don't think that's going to matter a whole lot because, well, we're about to move over and start running auctions. Trying to get your sound working. Hello, AB Silver. Bingo. Was it a problem with me or a problem with you? One Junkie, Lambert Green. I do accept monopoly currency. I give monopoly currency in change. That's how that works. Steve Pettat. Mr. Dowdle. Hello, Stephen Dallas. Looks like I'm about ready to turn things on and get moving. This is Coin Night Live Auctions, hosted by yours truly, Chuck Daughtry, from the studio in Cary, North Carolina. Beautiful Cary, North Carolina. Paradise on earth. And here I thought Florida was paradise. So we have a pretty big auction tonight. Got a lot of stuff coming up, and I hope I didn't forget anything, but I think I got just about everything included that I wanted to be sure I was going to run. Hello, Rich. James Roper. Let's go ahead and get started. How's that sound? That's not the first item. Let me get back to the first item. What is going on? Oh, that's what's going on. Hang on. There we go. There's the first item we're going to be doing today. Mr. Marlar, how are you today? Donald Harmon? Oh, I've got just about everybody in here. Echo, echo, echo. Do you hear an echo? I don't hear an echo. Doing great, AZ Coins. Got lot number 1, lot number 13001. This is auction number 13, lot number 1. We've got a short set of 4 1930s wheat cents. They're all uncirculated, AU to BU. 4 different coins. It started off at $8. Benjamin Marlar gives us a bid of $8. I'm going to go ahead and start the clock. Got the timer started here. Who do I have calling time? Got Penny Parent calling the auctions. Who's on time today? Who's on time? I like that. Smash that like button. There you go. Brady's here calling time. Okay. Well, I'm showing we got about 40 seconds left. Yes, you were on time, Bingo Brian. I am very proud of you, my man. I didn't even have to send you a reminder because I would have had to send myself a reminder to send you a reminder, and I didn't send myself a reminder. And one of my mods speak up if they're here, other than Penny Parent. Okay, Penny Parent, can you call Brady? There we go. Brady, you got just a few seconds left. Stephen Dallas puts up an $8.50 bid. Benjamin puts up a $9 bid. And we should have time running out. I'll go ahead and call time now. There we go. Okay. We got time. We got Benjamin Marler with a $9 bid on that. I appreciate it, sir. Thank you for your bid. Make sure I got Brady ready to call time. Okay. Penny Parent, can you call until Brady comes back? All right, moving right along to the next item up for bids. Hey, Bill, how you doing, buddy? We got about the same thing this time, only we have a really nice 1938D, a pretty nice 1939, a 39D, and a pretty nice 1939S. These coins are all pretty much uncirculated, although I did call it AU to BU, just to be safe. I'm going to start this one off at $7. And we've got Stephen Dallas in here at $7. I'll go ahead and start the timer on this, give you guys 1 minute to fight this one out. Benjamin Marler calls $7.50. Bingo Brian calls $9 on this one. That 1938D is worth about $15 by itself. There's some pretty nice coins in here. That 38D is a pretty nice choice to gem coin. And Benjamin's got the high bid right now of $10 on this item with about 30 seconds left to go. Hello, Amber. Just in time to start calling time. You can see us. I've got about 11 seconds left going. Benjamin Marler's high bid. Bingo's got a $15 bid in there, and Amber calls time. Thank you, Amber. Bingo, I got the high bid in there, $15. I appreciate it, sir. Thank you very much. Enjoy your dinner, Amber. If you have talk to text going on and you're eating, I wonder what time is going to sound like. Let's move on to the next item. Auction 13 item number 3 is a 1941D Lincoln cent, and this one is a near gem coin. 1941D is kind of hard to find real bright like this. This has really bright colors. Didn't come out quite as well in the camera as I'd wish it would. I got this one starting at $5. Anybody wants to jump in there and start at $5 on this one? The KG Rod. Don't recognize that name. If you have registered with us, that's fine. If you've not registered with us, you'll need to do it now. Mr. Dowdle, if you hold down Control and press F5 after visiting coppercoins.com/auction, you will see the current list. The problem that I have is that I can't generally get the list together until the very end. Yeah, the KG Rod, you will need to register with us by sending an email to coppercoinspayments@gmail.com. coppercoinspayments@gmail.com. Send us your name, your email address that you use for PayPal, and your YouTube name so we can link it all together, and we'll get you going. Can't take bids from you until you register, and registration is free. Oh, well, that, Mr. Dowdle, I can't help you with. If you're on your phone, basically, I can send a text, I can send a message, or I can make a phone call. That's about it. I don't know much of anything else about phones. I do everything I do on a desktop. I'm old-fashioned. And I like it that way. Looks like Mr. Dowdle has a current high bid at $6. Actually, at $5. Then Bingo bid 6. Mr. Dowdle bid 6 first, so he bid himself. Mr. Dowdle's got the highest, earliest bid at $6. Website address, Mr. Dowdle, is coppercoins.com/auction. Mr. Dowdle bid $6.50. Be sure that he's on top of Mr. Bingo Brian. And Amber calls time. That was a little confusing because we had an unregistered person bid in there, and that was kind of our fault for not catching it and getting rid of it quicker. If you guys want to bid with us, all you have to do is register. Pretty simple. Register with us before you start bidding. All right, Mr. Dowdle got this one at $6.50. Thank you, sir. Move on to the next item. Next item we have is a nice 1909, a choice uncirculated brown coin, 1909 VDB. This is that 1 year type. That's the first coin that a lot of people put in their set. You'll notice that there's a little struck through along the head on the obverse, and there's a struck through in the letters of United and of on the reverse. Bingo throws a $15 bid out there. Coin Junkie's a little late with a $9 bid. Bill Betts had already bid $9. But Bingo Brian's got our high bid right now at $15. Thank you, Coin Help You. Steve in Dallas comes in with a $16 bid. And Bill is out. Thank you, sir. I'll go ahead and start the timer on this one. Like either my timer or the coin is off center. I think the coin is off center. Got Bingo coming with an $18 bid. Bingo's been doing his homework. He's been watching the value on these things. This particular coin has a value of around $25 to $30 in its current condition. Look, we're down to about 10 seconds left on this one. If you want to get in there, you better get in quick. Well, Bingo throws a $25 bid in there, just to be sure he gets it. But Bingo outbid himself, didn't need to bid that. He wins it at $18. I guess that was pretty good insurance, huh? Be sure you don't get outbid at 25. All right, brother, I know what you were doing. It's fine. You got yourself a secured bid. All right, let me move on to the next item. Check this one out. 1910, uncirculated. Nice choice uncirculated coin. Going to start this one off at $16. This one's actually got just a little bit of purple toning starting on the reverse. Has just a little bit of toning around the edge on the obverse. It's mostly a brown coin. Doesn't have a lot of luster, but it sure has a lot of detail. I've seen people mistake these for proofs. This one's definitely not a proof coin. And Steve jumps in there with a $16 bid. I'm going to go ahead and start the timer. Not very easy to find these like this. Happened to be a collection purchase. Came in a box full of 2x2s that had nice coins in it. This one was one of the better ones in the lot. Kind of proud of it. Still selling it well below retail, though. Retail value on this particular coin is around $28 to $30. There's no holder. If there's a scratch on it, it's on the coin. This coin is raw. It was the photo was taken raw. And Amber calls time. Looks like we got Bingo high bid at $18. Thank you, sir. And moving right along, we have a 1912S Lincoln Cent. This one's a tough date. Tough date. These things, this particular grade, which is a very fine plus coin, these retail at about $50. I got you started cheap on this one. Levels of Madness pops in at $30. Bingo pops in at $35 right after him. Oh, we've got a current high bid of $35. I'm going to go ahead and start the clock on this one. Really tough to pick these guys up in this kind of condition, especially with the nice wheat lines on the reverse. You'll notice that the Pluribus came out a little soft, as could be expected from this particular issue. 1912S is a typically softly struck issue. Good way and good place to get yourself a $50 coin cheap. Mr. Dowdle comes in with a $36 bid. Getting down to the last 10 seconds, guys. And time. Time's called. Mr. Dowdle's high bid at $36. I appreciate it, sir. Thank you very much. Get back to my timer here. Move on to the next item up for bids. We have a 1914S. The 1914S in roughly fine condition. We'll start this one off at $16. Retail value on a coin like this is typically around $25 or so. $16 is a great deal on this one. Levels of Madness comes in at $17. And I'll go ahead and start the clock. Yeah, the mint mark slid down a little bit there. I'll have to glue it back on. That's a joke. This is a real one. Bingo comes in with a $20 bid. A Friday coin, meaning he's dragging his ass around. Definitely the end of the shift. As long as the S is below the date in front of the vest, I'm just going to hit it on there. It doesn't matter where it goes. We got Bingo in there with a high bid of $20 and Amber calls time. Thank you, sir. Move on to the next item. Check this one out. We've got a nice red uncirculated 1921 Lincoln Cent here. 1921 is a tough date for the Philadelphia mints. Seems like most of the other ones are a little easier to get than the 1921 and the 1923. For some reason, those two become a little difficult when you talk about teens and 20s Philadelphia mint coins. 21 is a little bit less common than the others. Now, the retail value on this one's about $150. I kept it real low for you guys, just so we could get some bids in on it. I guess this is probably one of those ones that would be better if I gave you a few more days' notice on it. I got bingo in there with an $89 bid. Thank you, sir. Just one way to look at it. These more expensive coins, you don't get a lot of competition on them, I guess. This one actually has a little bit of wood grain going on in the reverse, too. As you can see by the striations running in two different directions. You have some running diagonal one way and some running diagonal the other way. Benjamin Marler comes in with a $95 bid to keep this one going. I'll go ahead and start the clock on this one. Unusually nice 1921. I really like this one. Got a nice solid strike. Both sides show plenty of detail. And nice strikes are relatively common for 1921. What's not quite so common is getting one in this condition. Bingo comes in with a 104 bid. Sounds like a radio station. Now listening to tunes on 104 FM. As I've always been told, I've got a perfect voice for radio. A perfect face for radio, that's what it was. That's what they were telling me. Perfect face for radio. Amber Calls Time, sold to Bingo Brian Production for 104. Thank you, sir. All right, time to move on to the next item. We have a partial, not a 1921 Lincoln Cent. This is a partial barber quarter set. It's in AG to good condition. Don't know why I didn't get the information on this changed, but it started at $69. $69. There's 22 coins in this, AG to G. And the start on this is at $69. That's about 50 cents under melt. About 50 cents under melt for the entire lot. You're basically paying melt for 22 different barber quarters to get a set started. It's $69 to start. Don't know how I ended up with the wrong title and the wrong price in here, but it is a partial barber quarter set. Started off at $69. Thank you, Bingo Brian. Got us a $69 bid. I'm going to go ahead and start the clock on this one. The bid is $69, folks. And Bingo Brian currently holds the high bid. Why 69? Well, 69 is about 51 cents under the current melt at the time that I did this auction, which was this afternoon. And so 69.51, I think, was the total melt value to the penny of the coins in this set. So I decided, well, 69, I'll just toss it in there at 69 and give somebody a really great deal at below melt value. Folks, these things are older than standing liberties, older than Washington quarters. Last one in the set's 1916. Stephen Dallas puts in a $70 bid right at the very last moment, and Amber calls time. Stephen Dallas gets this one for $70. Thank you, Steve. At least got me over Melt on this one. Good evening, Frank. You just missed a good set of quarters. But that's okay. We got plenty of stuff tonight. Move on to the next item. Bingo Brian, the Dallas that Steve is in, you're going to spend a long time driving there. It's in Oregon. We have a 1924 D Lincoln Cent. It's a decent coin with a modest scratch on the obverse. It has modest wear. We're going to call it a fine details coin. The fine coin's $31 coin. And a fine details coin 1924 D is one of your semi-key dates for the Lincoln Cent series. You don't see these very often. And I can easily remember a time when a good would cost you $40. Bigfoot Silver Hide and Seeker, how are you doing this evening? If you haven't registered with us, it's a simple matter of sending an email. Get us an email at coppercoinspayments@gmail.com. Let me try that again. coppercoinspayments@gmail.com. Send us your real name, your email address that you use for PayPal, and then your YouTube name so that we can link it all together and know who you are and how to get an invoice to you at the end of the auction. You have to do this prior to bidding because otherwise we won't even know how to invoice you. Paula Bloom. Paula Bloom is in the house. Good evening, sir. Not Paula Bloom. I meant Big Silver. Paula Bloom is a ma'am. Good eye, ma'am. We're going to get a bid of $15 on this 1924 D, or should I just move on to the next item? Been playing around with this one for a little while. Okay, Benjamin starts it at $14. Benjamin will get us started at $14 on this coin. The answer is yes, sir. Oh, $14 is the current bid. $14.50 will outbid it. I'll go ahead and start the clock on it. Get 1 minute to make any final decisions about this one before it closes. Paula, how's the weather in Oregon? It's probably not much cooler than the weather here. Yucky. Probably rainy. Bingo throws up a $16 bid. Well, Benjamin, we had you a good deal going. Now Bingo's got it. $16 bid. Indeed, this is a really good hole filler for an album. It's a real 1924 D, and they're not easy to find. Ouch, cloudy and 59 degrees. We're not expecting that until Thursday. It was like 75 today. Amber calls time on this one. Hello, Bulldog. Grants Pass meet Dallas. Dallas meet Grants Pass. We can cut the time on this and move on to our next item. How about this one? The 1929 D Lincoln Cent's got a little bit of luster on it. Just got a little touch of wear. We're at a high-end AU on this coin. I started off at $9. Has a value at 15 or better. Mr. Dowdle, you can keep that 38. Actually, I think we're expecting something like 42 here, so not much different. Talking to a guy who hasn't seen freezing weather in a decade. Mr. Dowdle throws a $9 bid on. Thank you, Mr. Dowdle. I'll go ahead and start the clock. Oh, I'm sure there's other people in Texas, Bingo Brian. I'm sure somebody from Texas could give you a shout. Steve gives us a $10 bid. Thank you, sir. Amber's happy with her weather. Hello, Bob. Well, isn't that nice? Steve and Bingo are friends. Got under 10 seconds left on this one. Get your bids in fast. Looks like Steve and Dallas came out to victor at $10 on this one. Benjamin, you need to go to $10.50 if you wanted to, actually $11 if you want to get a bid in. Unfortunately, time's already been called and the item is sold to Steve and Dallas at $10. Thank you, sir, for your bid. Move on to the next item. Lot number 12 in auction number 13 is a 1909 to 1940 partial Lincoln cent set of 74 coins. Starting this one off at $75. That's just barely over $1 a coin. Now take a look at this. I added up the value of the first 2 pages of this album, this particular album. I added them up in good condition only. And there's a lot of coins in here that are way better than good. And it came out to $90 just for the first 2 pages. Now the third page has a bunch of AU and uncirculated coins. So we've got a nice starter set with just a few holes missing. Of course, most of the holes missing are going to be your keys and semi-keys. There's no 14D, no 14S. There's no 09Ss. The 1909 is even gone. 31S is gone. 22D, 24D. Those aren't there. But you've still got a lot of nice coins in this. Stephen Dallas, the current high bid of $75 and telling me not to say anything else. We don't want anybody realizing what a wonderful deal Stephen Dallas is getting on this. That's right. We wouldn't want anyone knowing that this album is worth well over $100. Let me go ahead and start the timer. We're going to stick just a little tiny bit of flair on things here. Whoever wins this, I'll go find a 1909 and I'll fill that hole for you for free. I'll fill the 1909 hole. I'll fill your 1915 hole. Just under 30 seconds left on this one. You've got the entire album of 74 coins, plus 2 more coins coming to you. The 10S is crooked. Does that mean it's been stealing from people? Got a sniper alert coming up. I'm showing less than 5 seconds left on this one. And Amber calls time right before Benjamin Marlowe tries to throw a snipe bid in there. Mr. Betts, that's what I forgot. Need to get something up here on that. Yes, we do have shirts available. Amber Panel is selling the shirts. They're $22.95, including delivery, and you can email her at ap@coppercoins.com. That was a good try, Benjamin, but no dice. Steve's got that one for $75. Awesome deal, Steve. I got to make myself a note to throw those other 2 coins on for you. Yeah, everybody needs to make sure that they contact Amber about these shirts because I've got a lot of other things going on. I gave the whole project to Amber. So I did the designs for her, pass them over to her, and she's the crafty one who actually makes the shirts. So she's taking the money, the orders, making the shirts, and sending them out. We move on to the next item. Look at this. Nice, bright red 1930 Lincoln cent here. This one's a nice choice to gem coin. Beautiful. If I was building a set, this is the kind of coin I would love to have. Starting this one off at $21, Levels of Madness gives us a $22 bid on a $35 coin. Go ahead and start the clock. Bingo gives us a $27 bid. Mr. Dowdling with $28. Paula's from Oregon, but she's talking like she's from New York. Yo, order a shirt. CM Silver comes in with a $29 bid. 27, 28, 29. We got Bingo Brown with a $30 bid. This is a really cute 1930. These things are not very common in this condition. It's not easy to find these. And we got Bingo with high bid of $30. And Amber calls time. Bingo gets the high bid of $30 in there. Just before CM Silver throws a $31 bid, a second too late. Sorry, brother. And moving right along to the next item. Is that the next item? That is the next item. Okay. We have a 1932D Lincoln cent. This one is just on the wear side of being uncirculated. This is a nice AU coin. It's got a few spots, but it's got nice luster on it, which doesn't show up very well in the photo. Got really nice luster. Now you've got a 1932D here. This is one of the tough 1930s coins to get. I'm going to start this one off at $7. It's got a retail value of $13 to $15. Looking for $7 to get this one started. We got Mr. Daddle in there at $7, and Stephen Dallas follows with $7. Steve, you're going to need to come up with another 50 cents. CM Silver bids 8. Gets rid of that problem. Bulldog throws $8 bid on there too. The CM Silver's got it at 8. James Dowdle's got it at 10 now. When this item is over, Steve, you should probably refresh your browser just to be sure that you're not behind. CM Silver comes in with $11 bid. We'll go ahead and start the timer on this and give you one more minute to bid. If when I start the timer, everybody goes out and does their refresh and comes back, you know you're going to have a few seconds left and a relatively current clock to bid on. That's how some people count on this working. Hey, Steve. Mr. Dowdle bids $12. Got about 20 seconds left on this one. CM Silver bids 13. We've got CM Silver at $13 on this one. Mr. Dowdle is out. And Amber calls time. So CM Silver gets this one at $13. Congratulations, sir, and thank you for your bid. Let's see if I can do this right. All right. Next item up for bid. This is a 1941 and up set. This is not the more valuable one, and the last page is nearly blank. We don't have a whole lot of value going on here, but the set is nearly complete from 1941 up through 1958 at least. I'm starting this one at $4. Got a few uncirculated coins on the second page. Most of the ones on the first page are circulated. This starts at 1941 and goes up through about 1963. Mr. Marler gives us a $4 bid. In fact, I see that 1953S appears to be the only one that's missing out of that first part of the set. I'll stick that in there for whoever bids on it and wins. We got Benjamin in there with a $4 bid. Stephen Dallas comes back with a $4.50 bid. Lambert Green, if you want to bid, you'll have to register with us. And if you are not registered with us, please register and understand the rules that we have 50-cent increments up to $10. After $10, it's a $1 increment to bid. To register, just email coppercoinspayments@gmail.com. Send us your real name, your PayPal email address, and your YouTube screen name so we can link it all together and know who you are. So we can get an invoice out to you and get you to pay the invoice so we can send your items. Benjamin Marler's got the high bid at $5 in. Bulldog comes in shortly thereafter with a $5 bid. A little behind, and Bulldog comes back with $5.50. I'll start the timer now. This is where lagging people can go refresh their browser and come back and be back inside of 10 seconds and still ready to bid. Benjamin Marler bid $6. Sherman says, refresh your browser. Mr. Dowdle bid $6.50 and Bulldog comes in with a follow-up bid of $6.50. Sherman is here. Sherman is in the house. Bulldog bid $7. And Sherman wants to know why all the fuss. Running out of time, Bulldog has a high bid of $7 on this one. Now Benjamin comes back at $8. Kenzie says, whatevs. Right, but Kenzie's not the Coppercoins mascot. All right, we got time on this one. Although we haven't had time called, time is out. Benjamin bid $8 or... Wait a minute. Yeah. Benjamin Marler bid $8. Live chat is slow. Hello, Beth. So we got Benjamin at 8 on this one. I still don't see time called, but I know time is out. Go ahead and stop the timer on this one and move on to the next item. This is a 1933 Philadelphia Lincoln Wheat Cent. High quality AU. We're stepping on the edge of uncirculated here, and in fact, this one could grade uncirculated. I just don't like the idea that there's just a little bit of flatness on the grains and the wheat stalks, and the cheek and jaw show ever so much of a shift in color, you might say. A lot of people call this uncirculated. I'm going to start this at $8, and even an AU coin in an AU 58, this is going to be a $15 coin. Uncirculated, it goes up substantially. Bingo gives us a $12 bid to start. Thank you, sir. Sherman says thank you. Actually, Sherman's just scratching his ear. I thought he was saying something. I'll go ahead and start the timer on this one. Mr. Dowdle comes back with a $14 bid. That's nice and healthy. Thank you, sir. Scratch himself raw. His ears are getting warm. Well, I've seen Amber in and out. Bingo gives us a bid at $15, and I'm showing 20 seconds left on the clock. Definitely a keeper coin. This one's a really nice album coin for someone building an XFAU set. This one I'll throw the cream on the top. Mr. Dowdle throws a $16 bid in. Bingo comes in with 17. And Paula calls time. Thank you, Paula. Mr. Dowdle throws a $18 bid in just a second too late. Bingo Brian is the winner of this item at $17. I'll go ahead and move on to the next item. This is a 1940S Lincoln Cent with a lot of luster, a really bright coin. The spots that you see on this coin are indeed on the coin, but they are hidden by the luster, believe it or not. This photograph shows them so that they look prominent. But when you look at the coin itself, man, these spots are almost invisible. And the spots on the reverse, forget about it. You can't even see them. The coin is that bright. Really nice, bright, lustrous coin. We got Bingo in there with a $10 bid already. I'll go ahead and start the clock on this one. Down to just about 30 seconds left, and Bingo is the high bidder. Now we've got Mr. Dowdle in at $12. That is right. Thank you, Bingo Brian. I will remind everyone to hit the like button on the video. It actually helps my statistics, helps bring more people into my channel. And that, after all, is what we're after. Education of the masses in the Lincoln Cent, along with an auction or two and a roll opening here and there. We do have 2 OBW roll reveals coming up this week. One of them will be a 1956D, and the other one is going to be a 1961D. And we have time called by Paula. Mr. Dowdle is our winner at $12. Thank you, sir. Let me move on to the next coin. This one is just as nice. In fact, even nicer. Now you'll see that it has a little bit of a soft reverse, but that's kind of typical for the San Francisco Mint coins of the 40s. This is a 1944S Lincoln Cent. It's got very, very nice luster, very few marks. Stephen Dallas starts us off with a $7 bid on this one. I'll go ahead and start the clock. Got Stephen Dallas so far, our lone bidder at $7. You talking about the 1944 S bingo? And bingo throws a $9 bid in there, and James Dowdle gets in with a $10 bid. No, sir, it's not struck through. This is actually what die wear looks like on a wheat cent. The letters start to merge into the rim, and you'll notice that there's a connecting line between the stems on the lower part of the design. You'll also see a bunch of weakness in some of the letters in United States of America, and it seems to be, very sporadic, we might say. So, for instance, the last A in America is strong, but the I in America is almost gone. And this all has to do with the indirect design transfer that happens in almost every late die state die. You can almost see the outline of the head upside down in the lower part of the design on the reverse. This is normal. So this is die wear. And bingo gives us a $13 bid at the end. Sells to him. Thank you, sir. Let me move on to the next item. Just as nice as the last coin and a lot more scarce. Got a 1948 now with really bright luster. Few marks. This is a full gem coin. Now, if you were to somehow make this up to a 66 grade, which I don't think it is, it would be a $60 coin. In a 65 grade, these things generally sell for about $20 to $25. So bingo throws a $14 bid over Steve Dallas's $10 bid. And we have a genuine bidding war going on, so I'll start the clock. Give that sense of urgency in there. See what we can do about bringing the bidding up above $14. Mr. Dowdle bids 15. Stephen Dallas, will see him silver, comes in with a $15 bid, then Stephen Dallas bids 16. I certainly can't do the yodeling that your auctioneers can, but I can talk pretty fast when I want to. Bingo O'Brien bids 17. Steve Smith comes in with 17. Then Bingo O'Brien tops him with 19. Steve Smith, not expecting a $2 jump, goes to 18. Bingo O'Brien still our high bidder at 19. And bingo tosses a bid in there at $22 just before Paula calls time. Thank you. Yeah, bingo's got the highest bid of 19 on there. This one sold to Bingo O'Brien at $19. Thank you, sir. And we will move on to the next item up for bids. How about this one? It's a nice gem 1952 dealing consent. These typically sell for between $12 and $15 in this condition. This one's a nice one. Nice high luster coin. It's got a few marks here and there, but that's to be expected of a gem coin. It has really high luster, though. It's a really, really shiny coin. How many times can I say really to make it serious? I'll go ahead and start the timer. Mr. Dowdle comes in with a $6 bid. Sherman wants to say something. What do you want to say, Sherman? Huh? What do you say? What is it? What is it? Huh? You want to say? What is it, buddy? What? What? He's not here growling at me. Like that's going to change anything. Mr. Dowdle's got a $6 bid on this coin. Right now, he's the only bid on this coin. Sherman says, get in there and bid. Right? Right, Sherm? I think Timmy fell down the well. What? What? What do you say? Well, I call him Butthead sometimes too. Do you have a dog named Butthead? All right, we got time called on this one. And Mr. Dowdle is our winner at $6. Thank you, sir. I'll just call mine Butthead for now. All right, next item up for bids. We've got a empty, well, no print, nickel book that has almost every hole filled with a buffalo nickel. 66 holes in the book, 65 of them are filled. Mostly 1930s, but in looking around, I see some from the 20s in there too, and I didn't flip anything over and look for any mint marks. So there's 65 coins in here. Some have full dates, some have partial dates, some have no dates. Any way you look at it, I'm going real cheap at $19 for 65 coins. Stephen Dallas starts this one off at $19. Right, 32 pairs of earrings in this one. You know what I just found? I just found another buffalo nickel sitting here. I'm going to fill that last hole. So now it's going to be a complete earring set of buffalo nickels. 33 pairs of earrings here. And for that, CM Silver comes in with a $20 bid. $33 pairs of earrings, we have a $20 bid currently. You know, the way I kind of look at it is if you bid $1 per pair, you got 33 pairs. That'd be a $33 set. That's just about what these nickels are worth, $33 to $35, somewhere in there. Now you can see some of them have date issues. Other ones have full dates. There's a number of 36, 37, 38 nickels in here, which should be expected. But there's also some in the 20s. And I don't know that the ones in the 20s don't have mint marks because I didn't take any of these out of here and flip them over. I'll go ahead and start the timer on this one. Actually, probably should have started the timer about 30 seconds ago, but I got caught up in the earring idea. This is more than one full roll of nickels starting at $19. And what's more, you get the little blue album that goes with us. I don't know. I didn't look to see if there were any two feathers in this. I generally, when I get these books of nickels and books of quarters and stuff, I generally don't even look at any of the coins. I just kind of count them, figure out what they're worth, and put them up for sale. Like I said, I mean, there could be a 1924S in here. There could be a 1931S in here. I have no idea. Bulldog bids 21, then Steve comes back with a $25 bid. We're getting close on time. And Paula calls time with Stephen Dallas at a $25 bid. You ended up getting them for under $1 a pair. And yes, I'm going to give you the one nickel that'll fill that book up. Thank you for your bids. Thank you very much. And I'll move us on to the next item. How about this? There's a nice uncirculated 1966 Lincoln cent with two clips. Two curved clips on this. Coin Junkie will start us off at $7. He's been waiting for this to come up. Coin Junkie's been real quiet out there. Oh, and there's F. Conde out there for $7 too. Bulldog bids 9. Paula says, hold me back. Coin Dragon with the shifty eyes looking around trying to figure, oh, bingo, Brian jumps out there with a $20 bid. Well, I think a $20 bid is going to change things here. Coin Junkies with $10 and James Dowdle at $10, and Bulldog comes back with a $25 bid. You never know when someone's going to jump out of the woodwork and smack you on the head. There you go, Bulldog. The Marine comes out with a $25 bid. I will go ahead and start the timer on this one. You got a really nice Blakesley going on just below the Liberty on the obverse. If you look on the reverse, where that would be is near the NIT of United. So it shows better on the obverse than the reverse. Bingo bids 26 to stay on top. I think Mr. Dowdle is just, he's ducking for cover. Bingo and the Marine. Bingo's at $26. The Marine comes back with 28. And it's almost sniper time. Bingo's at 30. I'm showing just under 5 seconds at this point. Bulldog bids $32 right before time is called at Paula Bloom. Thank you, Paula. And Bulldog wins this one at $32. Mr. Dowdle, you're a couple seconds late there, brother. Stephen Dallas's birth year. Thank you, Bulldog, for an exciting auction lot. And all of you others for bidding with him, or against him, or on top of him. Let's try this next one. Folks, this color is real. I don't even know how this color came onto this coin, but it's real. It's there. 1998. Lincoln cent that's almost the size of a nickel. It's broad struck. It was struck without a collar around the coin at the time the coin was struck. Let's start this one at $5. This is a very nice broad struck coin. Bingo starts it off at $11 and Beth comes in with $5. Steve Pettit trying to find his way in at 10. Beth Coddington is out already. So far, Bingo is the heaviest hitter right now at $11. Steve Smith is just SMH. Doesn't know what to do. Mr. Dowdle bids 14. Steve comes in at 15. And Bingo hits it again, $20. He's swinging for the park. He's like Bo Jackson. He's got a really high strikeout rate, but when he hits it, he shoots for the stars. I'll go ahead and start the timer on this one. Sitting there watching you guys bid, and I keep forgetting to start the timer. That means there's activity. Right, Sherman? What do you say about that? Huh? What do you say? Yeah, he does. Mr. Dowdle comes in with a $22 bid. We got some varieties coming up, too. That's true. Thank you for reminding me. I gotta get my scope ready to use. Oh. And Paula Bloom calls time with James Dowdle as the high bidder at $22. Thank you for your bid, sir. And thank everyone else for bidding him up there. Let me move on to the next item. And how about this? We've got a 1946 Lincoln cent with a double die obverse. Now this double die is a doubled eyelid. And it's a pretty nice one. We'll start this one at $8. It's a nice gem coin, or near gem. Take a look at that. You can see it just below the primary eyelid. You've got another eye right there. That. Well, if you can't see it, just say so. We'll zoom in. Now you can see it. Right there. A secondary eyelid just below the primary eyelid. Nice double die going on here with a starting bid of $8. Anybody want to get in at $8 on this one? Double die. Right. Double die, and Chucky's got to find his focus. Bingo starts us off at $8 on this one. And Mr. Dowdle comes in at 10. I'll bring us back over to the coin. I'll start the timer. Got a doubled eyelid going on here for $10. Current bid by Mr. Dowdle. This one is listed in the Coppercoin system as 1D0008. One more quick peek. There's what you're looking at right there. That's a secondary eye inside the primary eyelid there. And back over to the timer. Be cool, Paula. Be cool. Yo. Buy a t-shirt. Yo. Robert and Steve bid almost simultaneously $12. Then Paula calls time. Robert Adams gets this one at $12. Welcome to the show, Robert. And thank you for your bid. Thank you, Steve. You just came in with the same idea as Robert, only a second too late. Let's move on to the next item. We have a roll of Buffalo nickels with dates. There's 40 coins in this roll. Start this one off at $8. All of these coins have discernible dates. They don't all have 4 full digits, but they do have discernible dates. Starting this one at $8. And we've got a bid from Beth Coddington at 10. Stephen Dallas bids 11. Stephen Dallas says, another 20 pairs of earrings. Thank you. I'm glad someone noticed a nice job on the wrapper. I did create and print this wrapper. Beth bids $15. Let me go ahead and start the bidder on this one. Hidden, you have a good night too, sir. Bill, I'm not necessarily going to say that they're good or better because I'm not exactly sure what is required for a good, but I can tell you that every one of these coins, you can tell what date they are. So if that's what's required for a good, then yes, they're all good. Just about a half minute left on this one. I see him silver with a bid of 16, and then Beth comes in with a bid of 17. CM Silver comes up with an $18 bid right before Paula calls time. So CM Silver wins this one at $18. I appreciate it, sir. Just a little late on the trigger, Beth. Let me move on to the next item. We have a 1957 Lincoln Cent with the double die reverse. If you really know what you're looking for, you'll be able to see it in this image. A little bit of extra thickness on E pluribus unum. A little bit of thickness with separation on the two wheats. We're going to start this one off at $10. Let me switch over to my microscope and show you what we're looking at. Here's the extra thickness in E pluribus unum. And you see the doubling at the top of the wheat lines. And if you look over here, you can see the doubling on the top of the wheat lines there. Moving all the way down the edge, and the stem is doubled too. Wheat stems are extra thick. James Delta with a $10 bid on this one. Thank you, sir. And see that die scratch right there running through the E, the dot, and the P? That's your chief marker right there. That's your main marker of this die. I'm going to go ahead and start the timer on this one. And move it back over to the coin so you can see the timer. Timer running down just at 45 seconds now. James Dowdle is our only bidder at $10. Steve Pettit bids 12. Going through a bunch of my stuff today, trying to find things to run for auction. I pull out a roll of 1929D Lincoln Cents and think, well, you know, there's a better than average roll of 1929D. Let me spill them out and see what they're averaging and what they're worth. Pour the roll out, and the whole roll is very fine, extremely fine, and AU coins. Steve Padat's bid of $12 holds because James Dowdle comes in with 13 just a moment too late. This one sold to Steve Padat for $12. Thank you, sir. And we'll move us on. Now this one, interesting little item here. This is a 1959D roll that I got out of one of the boxes from the Illinois Horde. Now 1959D is a nice year where you can get some double dies, and there's a bunch of repunch mint marks for this year. And I can tell you now that I've never looked inside this roll, and these have been surprisingly good for the number of repunch mint marks and stuff available in these rolls. I thought about doing one of my roll digs on this roll and just going through it, but then I figured, why not pass the wealth on to somebody else? I have absolutely no idea what's in this. Ooh, James Dowdle throws a $12 bid on there. No idea what's in these coins. This could be a roll full of RPMs. There could be almost nothing in it. I have no idea. Bingo throws a $16 bid on. We sure we're wanting to go that high on a 59D roll? This is 1959D. James Dowdle bids $18. These are uncirculated coins. Now, typically rolls like this, once they've been looked through, will sell for $2 to $4 a roll. These have not been searched. I know that to be fact. I'll go ahead and start the timer. Bingo's killing it here. $22 bid. Steve gives us one of those deer in the headlight looks. Definitely a not searched roll. I have no idea what's inside this. It looks like from the folds in the paper there might actually be a couple of extra coins in this, but I have no idea. But James bids 23 just to get that unsearched appeal. Bingo bids 25, then Paula calls time. Tell you what, guys. How about if I do this? These rolls right here, I don't think they're worth 25 bucks. So here's what I'll do. I'll go down and grab another 59D roll out of the box. And I'll give them to you guys, James and Bingo, at $10 a roll. You guys can have one apiece for $10. How's that sound, brother? And I'm kind of not with the idea of selling things for way too much. And I know you guys are in the heat of the moment here. And I shouldn't interrupt. But you know what? I'd rather be the man that makes you a better deal and keeps you around longer. So I'll go down and get another roll. I'll flip a coin to see which one of you gets the roll pictured, and then I'll send the other roll to the other person. It'll be $10 a piece on those, thank you. And we're ready to move on to the next item. Now, this next item I'm going to introduce because it is special. And without further ado, we're going to be looking at a 1943D Lincoln Cent that's in gem condition. Not only are these a little difficult to find in gem condition, but this one happens to also be a repunch mint mark. We got Bingo jumping in there at $30 on this one. That kind of kills everybody else here. Let me show you the coin. See that split upper serif? And then you got a little bit of doubling going on inside the mint mark. This is 1943D, RPM number 18. There's a small split in the lower serif too. Let me zoom this in a little bit better and see if we can get a better look at it. There we go. Here's the lower part of the mint mark. You can see the lower and the upper both have doubling on them. Isn't this sweet? Really pretty split sheriffs on both of them. Bill, the important thing is, did you find anything in those 59p pennies that you searched yesterday? Let's go back over to the coin. Let's start the timer on this. We got Bingo hitting this one hard. He flew in with a $30 bid. Be sure nobody else is going to snipe it from him. And go back and take a look at the coin again. These are just hen's teeth scarce. You just don't see these things. This coin's a nice 65 red, could be a 66 red. I'm sorry, not red. My mistake. It's steel. Steel coins aren't red. We jump back over so we can catch the last few seconds of the clock and count it down for Bingo Brian, who will likely end up the winner of this unless someone else steps forward above $30. Sorry, Mr. Harmon. Oh, Beth bids $31. And Paula calls time. Beth Coddington gets this one at $31. I'm not seeing time. I don't know whether the time was going down or not, whether it was out or not. The only thing I know is when one of the admins calls time. And Beth got a $31 bid in before time was called. And so Paula probably has lagging on her end. And we'll need to refresh your browser just to be sure. And I'll move us on to the next item. Here's a 1944D. Now this one's got a repunch mint mark. RPM number 12. It does have some spotting on the reverse. I call it leopard spots. They're kind of cute, you might say. Take you over and show you the mint mark itself. And you can see this one is a nice west repunch mint mark. When you're noting the direction of spread on a repunch mint mark, you note the direction that you have to travel from the primary mint mark to get to the secondary mint mark. In this particular case, it would be west. I'll zoom out and show you a little bit more of the coin. I'll start this one off at $9. There's the rest of your RPM with the date. Pretty strong RPM. It's pretty easy to see. Hello, Jeremy. Coin's in really nice condition on the obverse. The reverse does have some spotting issues. And this is repunch mint mark number 12. Starting this off at $9. Anybody want to give us an opening bid? Mingo, don't sweat it, brother. We'll work something out. I probably have another one of these. Jeremy's going to give us a $9 bid to start this one off. And I'll go ahead and start the timer. My other one? Now, I was talking to Bingo, telling Bingo that he didn't need to go anywhere, that I may be able to find another one of those 43D RPMs. This is the only one of these I have right now. So this one 1944 DRPM number 12 is the one that I have up for sale at the current time. And Jeremy has a high bid of $9 on it. Hello, Jason. I am having a good day. And I hope yours is good too. RPM group comes in and snipes at 950 just before time runs out. Congratulations, Art. Move on to the next item. Here is a 1948D repunchment mark. This is RPM number 6. 1MM006 as listed on the Coppercoins website. This particular RPM is the one that shows in the serifs, especially. Let's switch over and take a look at it here real quick. Coin Dragon throws a $7 bid out there for this one. Thank you, sir. And let me zoom in on this and get a nice close look at it. Kind of impressive. Got some pretty nice splits in the serifs. Let me get it properly focused. There we go. Nope. As soon as I let go of the knob, it moves. There. Now we've got it properly focused. You can see it on both the upper and the lower serifs of the D. Coin Junkie tosses a $750 bid out there. $750 bid. It's a $7.50 bid. 50 cent. Coin Dragon $7. Coin Junkie $7.50. Coin Dragon comes back at $8. I'll go ahead and start the timer on this one. Switch us back over to the main view so that we can see the timer. Nice little repunchment mark here with doubled split serifs on a coin that has some minor striation going on that kind of shows that woody look. Otherwise, a decent GenBU coin. Just about 30 seconds left on this one, and Coin Dragon is still the high bidder. And Mr. Dowdle throws an $8.50 bid into the ring. And Coin Dragon comes back at $9. Coin Junkie throws $9 out there, but is a little late with $9. And Paula calls time. Coin Dragon gets this one at $9. And thank you for your bids. Moving on to the next item up for bids. We have this 1953D. RPM number 4. RPM number 4 is a pretty nice RPM for 1953D. Flop over and show that one to you. I just had a power flip. My power flipped off and flipped back on. That's not good. It's not even raining here. All right, so we got a 1953D RPM number 4. Take a closer look at it. Zoom in for you. You can see it there on the west edge of the repunchment mark. You can see it inside. There's an extra curve on the inside. There's an extra lower serif and an extra serif sticking out of, about the mid-upper range of the D. And if you look at it real closely, molecular level, you can see that there's actually 3 Ds going on here. Poor man's double? Yeah, kinda. Kinda, sorta. It's relatively common for 1953 Lincoln cents from any mint. But yeah, it does have the shadow doubling, as is known for these coins when they get to be in later die state. You can see that die wear coming off, looking like a extra digit or something. Schmeared, yes. Do we have a bid in on this one? We don't have a bid in on this one yet. Starting this off at $7. A nice red uncirculated coin. Give you guys a few more seconds on this one, and then we'll call time. Actually, call a pass. The screen is green for you. It could be green. I'm colorblind, and I don't know when I'm doing things out of color. So if this is out of color, forgive me, please. Go ahead and start the timer on this one. Steve has a bid of $7, then James follows up with $7.50. I couldn't see if it was green to save my head. Go back over and show you the coin for just a few more seconds. Nice repunchment mark going on here. One of the ones that are tougher to find. I don't see these all the time. Actually, RPM number 1, RPM number 2 are much more dramatic than this one, but they're also a lot more common than this one. And coming back to the timer so we can all see the timer. And James Dowdle is our current high bidder at $7.50, and he gets the bid at $7.50 because Paula calls time right before Steve. There's a $9 bid in the ring. And thank you for your bids. Moving on to the next item, we have a 1970S, RPM number 1. Now this is an interesting coin. The color is interesting. Everything's interesting about this coin. Beth, is that $25 a bid for the 70S RPM? This is a really sweet RPM. I'm not going to show it to you yet. I'll show you the color first. This had something sitting on the coin, some sort of a holder or something that the coin was in that leached color onto the coin. And then that color was probably wiped off the coin or the okay, Bulldog gives us a $10 bid, but Beth Coddington put 25 on it. I'm not sure whether she meant to bid on it or not. Okay, so Beth, that is your $25 bid. Beth says she did. So Beth is a high bidder at $25. Now I'm going to show you the RPM. This is a sweet RPM. I'll flip it upside down so the lighting shines on it a little bit better and gives you more of the dramatic effect of the doubling itself. And then we can zoom in with my super slow-mo zoom cam. Bam, look at that. How pretty. There's a lot of S going on there. I'll start the timer. Check that out. We can see the scope now. Isn't that pretty? Look at all of that, all the colors. Interesting colors throughout this coin. Lots of spots of color of different colors. And we've got a massive RPM. Probably one of the nicer memorial cent RPMs in the entire series. Let me zoom this one back out and show it in not the molecular level, but just under molecular level there. Show you all the colors. James Dowdle comes in with $26. Beth at 27. Now take it over to the reverse side, and the color gets even blotchier. Which shows, I mean, this has obviously had some impregnation by chemical of some sort or another, and it's been cleaned off of it to the extent that it's not affecting the coin anymore. The coin is completely dry of oils or other debris. But whatever colored it, sure gave it some interesting color. Okay, I'm going to call time. Got time. And Beth Coddington is a high bidder at $27. I appreciate it. Thank you for your bid. I'm going to keep looking at it just a little bit. See this die break on the C of America? Nice little die chip going on there. And transition back over to look at the entire coin. It really does have that color. It's a very interesting looking coin. It's okay. I know you didn't see the timer. I had it on the scope look. You can't use the timer with the scope together. Beth's got this one at $27. I appreciate it. Thank you for your bid. And that does it for the auction items. We do have 2 roll reveals coming up this week. We've got the roll reveal for the 1956D. Cent roll at $4. Yes, it was a large date, Steve Smith. And the 1961D, doing those spots at $1 a piece. Robert Adams, were you the one who had already asked me for 10 spots in the 56D? I'm pretty sure you came in and asked me for them, and I didn't mark them. You want 10 spots in the 61D. Levels of Madness will take 10 on the 56D. Okay, thanks, Robert. So I'm coming in fresh and clean with 50 spots for each roll, selling whatever goes. James Dead will take 5 on the 56D. Donald Harmon, how many did you win on the 56D? 1? Or more than 1? Bulldog will take the 56 times 10. Donald Harmon wants 5 of them. Jeremy Johnson wants 2 on the 56D. Okay, I'm going to have to slow down here. You guys just keep telling me what you would like to have. When I run out of spaces, I run out of spaces. First come, first served. Midnight Silver Run, you'll need to register with us first. We'll have to confirm that you've registered with us, and then you can just buy spots by announcing how many you like. But we have to have you registered so that I know where to send the invoice. Okay. So, Penny Parent. Robert Adams gets 10 on the 56D. Robert Adams gets 10 on the 61D. Steve Elliott, I don't think we had any unsold items this time. I think everything sold. 96-minute auction. Awesome. Levels of Madness gets 10 of the 56D. James Dowdle gets 5 of the 56D. Donald Harmon gets 5 of the 56D. And Bulldog takes 10. And then Jeremy Johnson will take 2. And Robert Adams, I did get you 10 of both. Ray's Penny Farm will take 10 on the 61D. Midnight Silver Run, all you have to do, send us an email at coppercoinspayments@gmail.com. Let us know your real name, your PayPal email address, and your YouTube screen name, all together in the same email, so we'll know who you are and know how to get an invoice to you. Then you're free to purchase anything. Make sure we get Ray's Penny Farm on 10 of the 61Ds, please. Okay, for now, everybody stop putting in requests for spots. We'll figure out what we've got left, and I will announce what we've got left so that everybody can get in. Okay, after Ray's Penny Farm gets 10 on the 61D, CM Silver gets 2 of each. Jeremy Johnson gets 2 of the 61, not the 56. Also, folks, I want to let you know that I have had a number of people tell me that they would go to the monthly shipping to save money on shipping. I charge not $20, like I had announced during the last live broadcast of Coin Auction. It's $5 over whatever box fee I have to get your items to you. So if you buy enough items to fill a small flat rate box, instead of the $8, it's $13. And I'll put everything together in that one small flat rate box and mail it to you. If it's a medium flat rate box, instead of the $13 normal, it's $18. And that's the way I'm working it. The $5 is for the storage fee, for the time and the effort it takes for me to put everything together, inventory everything together, hold on to it for the remainder of a month, and put all of it together. Wild Bill, I'm still working on getting the 46s straightened out. And I've got to do that before I start billing on this auction, because there's going to be some credit given here. So I'm taking, there we go. There you go. Okay, CM Silver. Was I on this? 2 of each. Got that. Bulldog gets 8 on the 61D. Got that. Dana wants 2 on the 56D. And then he wants 3 on the 61D. Here's what I've decided on the 46S row reveal. Things aren't going to change I am going to give credit or refund to everyone who purchased spots in that roll. I did figure out what the problem was with why I was accounting for the numbering wrong. There was a person who had told me they were going to buy spots, decided to back out, and I didn't back their spots out. So I went ahead and sold those spots, but then I put their name in the bag. So I had too many names in the bag. But I know who paid for the spots. I know who to give the coins to. And I am going to give the coins to them. Nobody's paying for any of the coins in the 46 roll. Now, that having been said, I am relatively certain that the 46S roll was an original bank wrapped roll. What it was not was a solid 1946S roll, which was common. Back in those days, other coins would get mixed into the rolls. I've opened many solid bank wrapped rolls out of boxes that came straight from a banking system that had circulated coins of other years inside the rolls. It just happens. What you definitely don't ever want is to be opening, for instance, a 1979 roll and have 1981 coins mixed in the middle of it. There you have a problem. I'm not sure how to say your name. I'm going to guess it's going to be Deanie or Deanne H. You do not have to register every time. The registration is so that we know who you are. Once you're registered, you're good. And Levels of Madness, I got your request in. So I will change you to the monthly shipping. Yeah, well, Bill, I haven't had a chance to send the email out yet because I haven't attributed the coins. I will get the email out to everyone who purchased spots to let you know for sure what's going on with that. Jeremy Johnson, yes, send me an email, cd@coppercoins.com. cd@coppercoins.com. So what we presently have is we have 6 spots left on the 1956D roll. And we have 10 spots left on the 1961D roll. That's what we have remaining. Thank you, Beth. I try. Opened a 1974P roll and there were 4 San Francisco coins in there. You just never know. You can get 50. It's most common that you're going to get 50 coins from one date and mint. But it's also somewhat common that you could get older coins in there too, and that's what happened to us. We got one 1946 Philadelphia coin, and we got one 1944 San Francisco coin in a 46 San Francisco roll. We also got a number of different 46 San Francisco dies, and I'm still trying to work that out for myself and figure out what happened. Night, Steve. In Dallas. Okay, Steve Paddock called for 456 spots. So Stephen Elliott, all I have left is 2. So Stephen Elliott can get the 2 spots. And I'll put Steve Paddock in for the 61D spots he wants. The Ray's Penny Farm had a 69S roll and got a 66. That almost tells me that you have found a 1966 Lincoln cent minted in San Francisco. Okay, the 56D roll is sold out now. Stephen Elliott got 2 spots in that roll. Steve Paddock got the 4 spots he was looking for. And it appears I'm still looking to fill 5 spots in a 1961D roll. Those are at $1 a piece. Okay, Beth, I appreciate that. James Dowdle got 5 on the 61D, and James Dowdle got 5 on the 56D. Wild Bill says he'll take the remaining 61D spots. Thank you, sir. And now we are filled on those 2 rolls. Bill bets I will probably do 58D rolls. I do have a couple left. I have a couple of others that I'm going to put in front of it, though. It'll probably be 2 or 3 weeks out before I get to those. Kidding about a discount? I don't know. Did you buy any spots in the 46S roll? Yes, and you guys can't imagine how hard this would be to do if I did not have the help of the moderators who helped me out in this. So let's give them all a hand. We've got Penny Parent. We've got Brady Douglas. We've got Jody Gomez. We've got Paula Bloom. Amber Panel. Oh, let's see, the 50D roll. I guess that's coming up in 2 or 3 weeks. I think 3 weeks. I'm going to start trying to do 3 rolls a week, but the 2 rolls a week that I'm already doing have proven to almost overrun me because I'm attributing every coin in these rolls. And, well, frankly, we're getting more than I thought we would. Because of all the rolls I've done so far, it appears as though we've only gotten 1 roll that was a complete dud. That was a 1964 roll, and I replaced it with a 64D roll. The 56D will be tomorrow. The 61D will be Thursday before the Q&A show. So we're looking at either 4 or 5 p.m. for both of them. I'm going to do 4 p.m. tomorrow. 4 p.m. tomorrow on the 56D roll. And I'll just go ahead and stick with 4 p.m. on the 61D. I'll go ahead and get those events created in Facebook. And I'll go ahead and get the broadcast set up in YouTube so that you can hit that notification bell and get your notification and reminder. Well, Bill, I'm definitely going to be doing that 50D roll. I do also have, I don't know, whether we're going to fit this in or not. And we really kind of need to talk about it, I guess. I've got a number of rolls that I haven't been through. Have no idea what's in them. For instance, here's a 1943S roll, but it's not original bank wrapped. There's what the end coin looks like. I've got a few spots on it, but I've not been through this roll, have no idea what's in it. Then I have a 1943D roll here, the same thing. Got a 43D. And I have a 1943 plain roll. 43P, D, and S. I could either do a I could either do a roll dig and just open them up and show everybody what I got. Or if people prefer, we can go through the idea of actually selling the spots in these rolls. And they're not going to be cheap because these rolls aren't cheap. We'll have to see how that works out. I appreciate everyone coming out tonight. It's been an amazing evening. Really nice, and I do appreciate it. Oh yeah, there are great varieties on those. Especially when you haven't been through the roll. I have no idea what's in these rolls. Selling the spots for the 43s. So a roll reveal on the 43s. Is that what we're voting for here? One of each for the personal collection 43 PDNS. Okay, well, let me figure out what I want to do with these. Let me figure out what I'm not sure. I'm going to have to dump the coins out just to see that there's 50 coins in these because it's not an original roll. I mean, a bank wrapped roll. So I don't know if I can sell 50 spots simply because I don't know if I have 50 coins. I'm assuming I have 50, but I'm not sure. So I'll have to count the coins and stuff them back in the tubes. I promise I won't look at them. I have no interest in looking at the coins prior to revealing what you guys are going to get because it's just not in my nature to cheat like that. And so what I'll do is I'll dump the rolls, I'll figure out what's in there, and I will take requests for spots. Upon taking requests for spots, if I can fill the spots, then we'll open the roll that way and do that. If we can't fill the spots, then I'll just let you know that we're not going to do it that way, and I will. I just won't do it. Depends on whether we can sell the spots at the price I need for them. At least once a week to catch me live. Is that on the roll reveals you talking about, Bulldog? Midnight Silver Run. I'm not really sure how you can check for values on die clashes. Typically, die clashes are not. They're not specifically listed by die. They're kind of a type thing. And die clashes, the really nice ones go for $10. 43S, I'm probably going to be, I have to go back and look at, but I'm probably going to be $10 a coin. Yeah, BJ might be your best person to go to on die clashes. Either that or you could try Mike Diamond. Mike Diamond has to do with the Die Clash website, Mad Die Clashes. The maddieclashes.com, I think, is the name of the website. Do a search for Mad Die Clash on Google, and their website should be the first one that comes up. And you can go to their website. You can talk to them about it. 58p, 58 Philadelphia. I don't know. We're probably talking $3 a coin on 58p. Okay, well, if Jason was the one who, um, if Jason Cuvalier is the one who did the attribution on the coin, he should be able to give you some idea of value. 72 plain, I don't have any rolls that I would want to open right now. 58 plain, I might, and if I do, it's going to be roughly $3 a coin. The double die in 1958, the really nice one, that's a $100,000 coin, and there's only 2 of them known, or maybe 3. And the chance that you're going to get one of those in a roll that I would open is going to be so astronomically small. I wouldn't want to give anyone any false hope that they're actually going to get something like that out of a roll by selling spots. I think that's less than admirable to do something like that. I prefer to go with the rolls that likely will have something decent in them and could have something really nice. That way, at least you get something for your money. And it's not, I mean, I'm almost expecting a 58 plain roll to be a dud. And it's not good for you. It's not good for me. It's not good for ratings to do something like that. That's exactly right, Robert Adams. We're talking about chasing a unicorn here. It's different from hitting the lottery because it's only been hit twice ever. Because I'm looking, I'm not looking at you, because I'm looking way off to the edge of my screen for the comments, because I was, what I generally use is the screen that I'm looking at right now. I usually use it for my studio, my camera studio, so I can see what's going on with my noise levels and everything else. And then I've got two monitors. I've got two large monitors, and I usually have the chat way over there in the other corner of this other monitor. So I just moved it over here right under my camera so I can read it and look at you guys at the same time. Dent Hoarder, you missed the auction. Ugh. Look at me, look at me. I'm the captain now. Mutiny on the Bounty? Not sure. That's a guess. Mutiny on the Bounty? Captain Phillips, is that isn't that the name of the guy who was on Mutiny of the Bounty? Hello, Michael Kittle. You missed our auction. You missed our roll reveal. We're just kind of chit-chatting here for a while now. Tom Hanks with the Somali Pirates. I think I remember that. How many 56D did you end up with, Steve? I believe you got 4. No, you ended up with 2. Because you got the last 2 coins in the roll. Oh, yeah. Thank you, Paula, for the reminder. We do a Q&A show at 8:30 Eastern Time every Thursday evening. And the channel it's done on revolves from one person to the next to the next. I had it this past week. I'm not sure who has it this coming week. But it is going to be a question and answer show about coins in general. And we have an expert panel of people who are ready to answer your questions about coins, about coin value, about varieties, errors, pretty much anything. If you send your coin pictures and questions in advance, we can be sure to get to them during the show. And you do that by sending an email to checkmycoin@yahoo.com. And the panel involves Paula Bloom, Ken Peavy, myself. There's Blues Coins, Christopher Rhodes. Jeffrey Schumar used to do it, but he changed shifts, and we're not sure when he will be back. On occasion, we have guest speakers in. We also have our very own Penny Parent in there once in a while. I'm probably missing a couple of people. But yes, I did get you in there. Sometimes Penny Parent's there too. Hello, Cajun Coin Hunter. You missed the auction, buddy. You missed the auction, and you missed the sale on the OBW roll reveals too. And you probably requested before, and I didn't get anybody's request in. Yeah, you missed all of it, buddy. But we'll be doing something next week. If you want me to give you a reminder, we can certainly start up a vertical response email group where I can send out a blast to everybody and let them know. You can sign up by letting me know that you want email reminders, and I'll get you an email reminder of the auctions with a link to the page where you can see the auction items. I can do that. We can start that as a new project. Roll reveal this week is going to be 1956D and 1961D. I've already got those rolls filled. For next week, I believe we are going to do a 59D. And I'm not sure what other roll I have on there right now. Hello, Tech Scott. Do I have a free box for kids like you? Hidden Numismatist, I've always got a free box for you. What can I give you? Let's see. Got a bag of nickels here. I can let you reach in and grab a nickel out of the bag. Okay, so Wild Bill would like to have a reminder. Cajun Coin Hunter would like to have a reminder. A steel cent roll? Are we talking about a roll reveal? I don't have any original steel cent rolls. I mean, like bank rolls. Let me pick one out for you. Hidden Numismatist, when I send you your package, you'll get a gift. I'll send you a gift. I'm going to write it down right now. Hidden wants a gift. There you go, brother. Hidden wants a gift. Hang on. There we go. I'll put that in there for you, brother. That is the advantage of being a kid for sure. Robert Adams, you have a great evening. I don't generally sell coin supplies. I do have coin supplies, but they're generally the coin supplies that I've ordered. Okay, CM Silver, I will add you to the list as well. I tell you what, I'll just put everybody who's bid from us on the list and just let them know to unsubscribe if they would like to be removed. I just make it easier to do it that way. The only person I can't add on the list that way that we have here would be Coin Junkie because he lives in Canada. Hidden Numismatists don't need no stinking gifts. You don't know what kind of gift he's getting. James Dowdle wants to be plugged into that too. Dave's not here. You're right, Dave isn't here. Beth Coddington wants, let's see, Stephen Elliott wants to be able to get in contact with Beth Coddington. I tell you what, Stephen, if you're nice to me, I'll send her your email address. Let her email you. Yeah, Coin Junkie, are you going to be in on that? Because if you're in on that, I can put your email on that list and send you an email to remind you of the events that are coming up. I have to make you guys a PDF calendar that you can print out and stick on your forehead so you'll always remember. Come tune in. Midnight Silver Run, if you got an email address registered with us, I will definitely get you on there. Coin Junkie, I'll get you on there, brother. I have to ask you in advance. Your government gets a little persnickety about adding people automatically to mail lists. I'm sure Hidden needs a lot of things. Chuck needs a lot of things too. Yeah, if you sent an email to register, I can check real quick while we're talking here. See if you actually got in. Thanks, Penny. Penny Parent's my sis. My little sister, I love her. She's a good kid. Okay, CM Silver, I've got your opt-in for the once-a-month mailing. And again, everybody, the once-a-month mailing is if you want, while we're going through the process of doing auctions and roll reveals. I can save all of your stuff, and instead of charging you shipping on your invoices every week, I can charge you one-time shipping at the end of the month for whatever size package it takes for me to get the items to you. So the only thing I charge for that service is $5 per month. I charge you a $5 per month fee if you have mail that month. I charge you the $5 a month fee, and then I charge you for whatever size box it takes to get everything to you. So if you've ordered 60 rolls through the month, well, you could pay $7 every time you get 3, 4, 5 rolls together and end up paying $50, $60, $70 in postage for the end of the month because I'm sending you something every week. Or you can just have me hold all of it and put it in one medium flat rate box at the end of the month. I stick it all in one box, mail it to you for your $13 charge plus $5 for the service, and $18 you get everything. Hidden needs a 93 half cent. Paula, thank you very much. Chuck's email. Do I have Chuck's email? cd@coppercoins.com. Hidden needs a lot of things. Is that the comment we're talking about? Or is it you'll gladly pay me Tuesday for $17.93 half cent today? Chuck's email, cd@coppercoins.com. I think you've already sent me an email, Cajun Coin Hunter. Not sure that I've already got one from you, but I do believe I do. I think you were also the one who told me that you could get flips to me cheaper than what I'd been paying. If that was you, I'd like to know more about that. Coin dealer, I don't know. Yes, I'm a coin dealer, but I'm not really going to get into the habit of taking requests on anything other than Lincoln Cents because Lincoln Cents is what I know. Cent Hoarder, I get my flips from, I believe I got this last bunch from Wizard. They cost me about $71 a box. That includes shipping. I usually order them anywhere between 4 and 10 boxes, depending on how much I can afford at once. Things get expensive. 4 boxes is almost $300. Okay. Definitely good message there. If you have already registered with us at some point in the past, you do not have to register with us again. You need to let us know if you're changing your YouTube screen name. You need to let us know if you're going to have a new PayPal email address. But otherwise, if the information that we currently have on you is current, you don't need to send anything else to us. Yes, I am still live. Sherman gave up on me. He went downstairs. The problem with getting them cheaper, Cent Hoarder, is the fact that they're going to be mailing them to a bunch of different places. Given they're going to be mailing them to a bunch of different places, then there's not really any savings. Because making one big purchase, you're paying for more boxes. Looks like Midnight Silver Run is definitely in. You are registered. Thank you. Okay, I'll do that, Cajun Coin Hunter. I appreciate it. Oh, and also, Cajun Coin Hunter, I do have a die to add to the system from the OBW roll reveal, and I need to ask you if you would like for me to use your name. Guess who won Professor Peavy's big show? I'm just going to go out on a wild guess here and say it was probably you. Okay, I will do that. Thank you. It was I. Well, I'm just supposing that if somebody else had won, you probably wouldn't be announcing it here. The answer was Jackson. Which Jackson? We're talking about Michael or his dad Joe. We could be talking about Bo. We could be talking about President. We are talking about President Andrew Jackson. Almost killed he was. He was almost killed. He was never married. He was known as Old Hickory. He was our 7th president. There is a Joe Jackson British musician. That is correct. Hidden won it and he was already drunk. Now, wait a minute. If Hidden was drunk, how could he be the kid who needs more toys? Boy, you people are troublemakers. Well, I tell you what, you guys are having fun with this stuff. I'm going to try to figure out how to do sound bites and do more different types of things in my videos upcoming. I do have some videos upcoming that I'm being told that I should get done. Thank you, Penny Parent. I'm going to be doing a video here real soon on the 1970S large and small date coins. I'm going to be also doing one on the I'll also be doing one on the direction of RPMs. Didn't realize that there were a lot of people who had trouble with the difference between a tilted RPM and a rotated RPM. So I'm going to be discussing that in brief and give you guys a good idea of what is so that you will know. Put it all in video form. Stick it out there for you guys to watch it. I'll be doing another video. Let's see, I did one on the 74 large and small date Lincolns, but when I tried to upload it, well, let's just say YouTube didn't like it very much because it was not in the right format for them. So I have to redo the video. "5 p.m. Central Standard Time, 6 p.m. to me. There might be a couple of days here and there I could give that a shot. We can talk about that. But for right now, everybody, I'm going to have to take off. I got a lot of stuff to get done before tomorrow because I tell you one thing that really made me mad. Well, kind of made me mad, kind of upset me, kind of, I don't know, just wasn't the most fun thing that happened to me. But I knew that the post office was closed yesterday. That came to me as no surprise. What came to me as a surprise is when I went to the post office yesterday to drop the mail that I had anyway, which was going to be going out Tuesday morning, as I know, I could not stuff my mail into the bins. The bins were essentially totally unavailable to me. So I ended up having to drive to a different post office to try using the bins there. You know what? Those were full too. So I went to a third post office. I drove to a third post office. I'm on a 20-mile drive here to put mail in a box. Believe it or not, the third post office, the bins were stuffed full there too. I just came home. I did get it all mailed out today. But it really, really ticked me off that I had to drive 20 miles round trip to 3 different post offices just to not get mail out. So I'd have to go back out again today. Yeah, the problem is that the mailboxes outdoors were, good night, Stephen. The mailboxes outdoors were taken down a few years ago when people kept mailing bombs in the damn post office boxes. So now you have to go inside the post office and put your mail in a slot when they're not open. And yeah, waiting would have been easier had I known that that's all I needed to do. I mean, I was trying to get the mail in there. I was trying to get it out so everybody would get it. So what I did, I mean, I ended up bringing it all back home, but you go to a post office and you kind of expect them to have some sort of system that'll handle more mail when they're closed for a day. Because every time they close on a holiday, people still have junk to get mailed out, like me. And we still want to be able to get our stuff mailed out. But we go and their bins are full. When their bins are full, it fills up to a point where it jams the trap door, and you can't get your mail out. It just stinks. Stinks. Bad. All right, folks, on that note, I think I'm going to end the broadcast. I appreciate everyone showing up. I appreciate everyone being here for the night. And don't forget that we have 2 roll reveals coming up. We've got the roll reveal coming up tomorrow at 4 p.m. And then we have one coming up Thursday, 4 p.m. on 10/16 and 4 p.m. on 10/17. That's 4 p.m. Eastern Time. We'll do the 1956D roll tomorrow. We will do the 1961D roll the next day. And then I will wait until next week to announce the next 2 rolls that will be coming up. And I may actually do 3 rolls next week. But I appreciate it. Thank you guys. And I'll talk to you later.